don't know what happened, but okay. That is one of the main line of the Slav defense. In fact, if we see the database, it is it played 36,000 times, and it is basically something that is wow, played a lot. And the main line is now knight b to d7, and after this or queen c2 or bishop d3 and something else. But Lanzani played bishop to b4 to try maybe to avoid some theory. It is not very common to see their bishop b4 because it is kind of misplaced in this position at the moment. There could be some knight e4. The idea is this, like some may run if I don't get wrong, but it is not the main line at the moment. I see in the database there are just 165 games with this, and it has a 71% score with for white. So it could be good for white at the moment, but we saw in the previous games that everything can happen. So yeah, in fact, okay, bishop d3, and we're okay. That is basically the normal development, and then probably Adriana will castle, we shall castle, and so on. So yeah, then then we go to the strongest game. If time control is 60 plus 30, so they have shorter time control than rather than normals, because it is not to 90 plus 30, but simply it is 60 plus 30, so there will be also time scramble also at the 20th move, so we will see it probably. So let's see, Gabriele, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, e4, bishop c4, Italian game, bishop c5, gioco piano, c3, knight f6, and d4. Okay, this is an almost equal game, but after e takes e4, you have two main lines, that is c takes and e5. e5, the idea is to say to this knight, okay, your knight is going to go somewhere, but if you go there, I just take, and your knight is misplaced, and you never take back this pawn. So it's just a pawn even material, but I have one pawn up. I have the center, so it is not the great idea. In fact, the main line here is to play d5 to counterattack the bishop. So if you take, I just take this, and this is a good position for black because I have the center. And if you take this, I lose the short castle. It's okay, but I will castle long, so it is not a real problem. Also, if I play this, just knight takes d4, and it's even material, but this pawn probably I will take it, and yeah, there are not real threats in this position for black. Black is fine in this position. So the main line is d5 and no en passant, but just playing bishop b5, and the idea is to take with the knight or with the pawn. After knight e4, c takes, and after bishop b6 or bishop b4 check, it's almost equal position, and we'll see what happens. But and the other one is basically c takes and to get the center, but there is bishop b4, and it is a very complicated game. But Gabriele played b4, pawn to d4, b4. That is very strange. It is the third played, because we play the two main lines as c takes d4 and d5, and also short castle, but it is just 200 games. But before 300, and it's very unusual. I never seen it, to be honest. I never played against before, to be honest. I know it exists, but it just bishop b6 and white is in black, and black is fine, I think, because if you take, I just take in e4, and I will play d5, and I can also take this, and if you play a4 to try to trap my bishop, I will play basically just a6, and after a5 my bishop goes to a7, and that's it. So it is not a real problem for black in this opening, but probably Gabriele prepared it because he's played e5 fast, so yeah, he's playing very fast in this game, so he probably prepared against Sereda Lois, and yeah, for sure he knows what he's doing. So he's trying to play something that is unusual. I don't know what's happening in the Discord in the video, but yeah, there is maybe some problems. But yeah. Yeah, there's some problems in the connection of the video maybe today, but yeah, for sure Gabriele knows what he is doing, because he's playing very fast, and he knows what he's doing. But yeah, my guess is that Lois Reda knows also what he is doing, because probably I think he plays e5 always, and Gabriele prepared against him. But because he's FIDE master, it could happen everything. So in fact, he plays knight e4, try to take the pawn on c3. I think it's a good idea. The other main move is d5 there, but yeah, just to surprise. But yeah, it is slightly better for black at the moment, but he has to know how to continue. And Gabriele, I think he knows it, because he's playing very fast. And Gabriele noticed he has a cup on his table. I don't know why. So probably, I don't know if it is for him, but yeah. Okay, after 94, bishop d5. Okay. Gabriele is playing very fast, because he knows it, and yeah. Now the only one move that keeps advantage for black is knight takes c3. I think it is quite comfortable for black at the moment, to be honest. I don't like the position for white. I don't like the choice of the opening, but I believe that is, something that he knows what he's doing. So let's see in future how it happens. Let's go now to Luca. Luca Pontiori. He is black against Nois Oyati. E4 Luca comes from 2 draws, so very solid. The first game, it was a bad game played from the opening. He was almost losing during the opening, but then he came back. His opponent tried queens, and it was advantage for Luca. I mean, not advantage, but almost equal position. It was slightly worse, but he offered draw, and his opponent accepted, so it was okay. And the second round, we played against I don't remember now, Alessi Clio, and it was a good game by both. Equal, and then came up into an equal end game with queen plus knight, both almost equal, and yeah. They agreed a draw after entering that end game, and I agree, because that was a draw. So yeah, e4, 6, d4, d5, knight d2, pawns to c5. Okay, there's a Tarrasch defense, c5. I play also this opening, so I hope Luca knows it. Yeah, he knows it. Okay, c takes d4, and now, okay, his opponent is thinking, so yeah. Let's see, because this is the main line. The main line now is e takes d5, and we can do 2 things, or play with the isolated pawn with e takes d5, or play with queen takes d5. I usually play queen takes d5, and after bishop c4 to attack the queen, I have to go back like queen d6, and after knight to b6, b3. This is short castle, because there is queen before. So this knight f6 to try to avoid this one, rook e1, knight c6, and now knight b3. The idea is to try to take back that pawn. So after bishop e7, this knight takes, queen takes, or knight takes. If you take with queen, we are going to an endgame, straight into an endgame. And if we go takes with a knight, is try to complicate a bit, but after knight takes d4, short castle, it is, the position is okay. I mean, there is no knight f5 at the moment, but yeah, it is a complicated game, very complicated. In fact, I'm trying to study better these kind of positions, because they are very difficult to understand. So yeah, in fact, black plays e takes d5, d takes e5. No, sorry, e takes d5. I don't know the squares. So okay, in fact, Luca probably will take. Let's see what does Luca. What Luca will do. Sorry, I'm not very. I think I'm quite good at English, but I am not very used to talking English. So I'm sorry for my English at the moment, but yeah, I hope to improve. try to get more fluency. So yeah, let's see what Luca will do. But at the moment, let's go back to Gabriele's game because it's happening something. It happened something. It is knight a6 3. Gabriele is moving very fast at the moment. D takes c3, and after this he does not take. White has 2 pawns down, but after bishop g5, I think it's quite forced. Knight to e7. Yeah, but it's very strange as a position. This is very strange, but yeah, I believe that is quite an interesting game. In fact, I will stay probably more on this game because it's at the top level. Everybody is playing against my FIDE master, and it's very interesting as a game. But yeah, let's see what Gabriel's opponent will do. But yeah, I am very curious about that. And let's see what happens. What will happen? I'm sorry for today, but I don't know what is happening for the live, but sometimes the video will go up, go down. I don't know why, because yesterday it didn't happen, so I don't know how to behave in this moment. But yeah, let's go back a bit to Adriana. Okay, she's playing normal things, so nothing special at the moment. Try to basically finish development. So short castle, knight d7, queen c2. Okay, this is the most main line of the Slav defense, semi-Slav, because the bishop hasn't sorted out. The strange thing is that bishop in b4 is quite misplaced. Usually it is in e7, but it is the main thing. For example, if we go just doing this one, I think we will go to the main line. We go into the main line. In this line there are 3,689 games. So yeah, just to try to see what is transposing. But yeah, it is almost the principal main line. The only thing is that the bishop in 4 is quite misplaced, but I don't think it is a problem for black. For white is not a problem, but also for black. Okay, pawn to h6, try to avoid something in the future, and it is understandable. In this position, I really don't know the plans for white or also for black, because I never played this as white, so I don't know. But yeah, I just use my intuition to try to understand that, yeah, after bishop d2 or b3, just finish development and we are okay. So yeah, I believe in this. It is fine. Gabriele is standing up, so he's saying he's showing confidence, a lot of confidence, because yeah, let's see what he did. He did 97, and yeah, short castle immediately by Gabriele, and now yeah, he's trying to surprise his opponent. He prepared a lot, and yeah, as I see from the engine, since 94, it is only one move for black with the engine that saves the position. If not, he's playing a lot of. He is struggling. So the main line now is pawn to h6, bishop h4, and pawn to g5, and try to. And then there is. If bishop, what happened? Okay. This, and after bishop g3, I can short castle, and white is worse at the moment. Black is fine at the moment. He can try to take this bishop, and yeah, black is completely fine in this position. But yeah, there can be knight takes g5. The idea is to try to take this knight pin, but after this Probably queen takes, no, the queen, oh, queen h5 there is. Oof. It's very complicated. The only one move is queen e7, queen to e7, but as you can see, all the lines are very, very complicated. After knight e4, queen e6, and black is piece and a pawn up. It is better, but yeah, it's very risky. You know, play f4, f5, yeah. It is very, very complicated, this game. So yeah, let's see what happens. h6, pawn to h4. Good move by Loris Reda. Probably he didn't know because he's thinking, but he's figuring out that this line is good for black at the moment. So yeah, I believe in this because this is good line for black. It is very complicated, so, and with 60 plus 30 and not to 90 plus 30, it could be difficult to try to understand what will happen. But I believe that the FIDE master can figure it out. So yeah, let's see what will happen. Then we go to another game. Let's see if someone is commenting, wants to comment something. Just please let write something in the comments, because you know I am curious about that. So yeah, just to chat with someone. So yeah, please do it. Okay, Luca plays queen takes d5. That is one of the two main lines. He just takes back the pawn. Yeah. I prefer this line, to be honest. Instead of e takes d5, I don't want to play with this isolated pawn. I don't like this kind of positions, so I prefer playing something like that. But yeah, let's see what will happen. So bishop h4. At the moment we are a bit in a stalemate position when people are thinking. So yeah, at the moment we just wait to see what happens, if someone moves or so on. The more interesting game is the one with Gabriele, because it is very tactical. I never seen this, so yeah, it is very, very interesting. Okay. Okay, bishop to c4 for Luca's opponent. Yeah, let's see what will happen. Probably or queen d6, queen d8, or queen d7. There are both three moves good. I played one time in an online game. It was an Italian Championship online. Queen to c6. I completely forgot what was the line, and I lost an exchange because there was some complication. I basically got wrong in this line, and yeah, I just confused, messed up a bit. But without the exchange, I still was able to win the game, because yeah, my opponent did some mistakes, and yeah, I just was able to recover the exchange. I don't remember. I took some pawns, and yeah, I was able to win, but I don't remember really the game. I just remember that I robbed a bit the game. So yeah. Okay, we're going to the main line. As I said, knight takes g5, and now there are two main moves. In the database there are no games. There are two games with h takes g5, but yeah, we see Gabriele is very, very confident. He's 1 hour and 5 minutes against 45 minutes by Loris Reda. It means that he prepared a lot this game, and yeah. And Loris is playing basically against memory and fighting against computer, but I believe that he knows that he's slightly better, but he has just to figure it out how it is that line, because I, to be honest, never seen it. But yeah, it is quite interesting as a line. So let's see what will happen. Unfortunately, I don't have any standings, so I'm sorry about that, because I would like to see how are the standings, but I cannot see it. So yeah, there are no standings at the moment, so I hope to see any website. Let's see. Vijev and Vijev and Z. Let's see if there is any. Any of those? No, there are no. No, there were not these things. So, okay, I don't know what to see. So, okay, now it's very complicated that game. It is, yeah. I am curious to see how will happen, but yeah, I'm sure that Gabriel's opponent is trying to understand what is the best between them. Engine suggests both. Suggests knight takes d5, but it says that they're almost equal as lines, and it is almost slightly better for black, but not so much for the material sacrificed. So it is, interesting game. It is very, very tactical, and with the shorter time control, it's clearly basically one of the I think a good choice from Gabriele, but yeah, to try to surprise. Okay, knight takes d5. He plays the best move. He knows it, or I don't think he knows it because he has 43 minutes on the clock, but for sure he's finding the best moves. Maybe that's a signal that it is not maybe the best line to play for white, sorry, in this line against the FIDE master, but yeah, he's trying to do it, so I think it's quite interesting as a game. So yeah, knight takes, and Gabriele probably understood that something went wrong, or is knowing that something is happening. He knows it. He's probably trying to remember, because I don't think he doesn't know this, because it's just a piece. So you have to play queen to h5. But let's see what will happen. Loris Sereda is a strong player. Let me see what is his FIDE profile, because I don't know him. I've heard about him, but Loris Sereda. FIDE, okay, he's a FIDE master. Yeah, he is 62 years old, so he is not young, but yeah, he still keeps his elo, so yeah, it means that he's fighting. So yeah, it is very, very interesting, let's say. So yeah, he's playing game tournaments in Milan, and he keeps winning all of the games almost, so he's gaining some elo. Sometimes he draws one game or so on, but he's keeping winning. He just loses when he goes to some tournaments with strong players, but with the lower rated players, he keeps winning. So it means that he's very, very solid, and in fact you see that he's standing up. Maybe he knows that something happened well from him. So yeah, let's see also from Luca. He's thinking where to place the queen in this position. As I said, he has to do one of the three moves. Three moves that are good. I prefer queen d6, but it's just almost equal where to place, because they move after, they will go to c7 in almost all cases. So it's just a thing, but yeah, you have to understand what to do. And as I said, the problem from Luca is where to place where the time control, timetable, because now he is thinking. He has not. He has 47 minutes, so it is okay. But I know by experience that he's thinking a bit too much in these lines. Also, where there is something. So yeah, I hope he won't think a lot. But yeah. Instead, let's go back to Diana's game. Bishop d2. After h6, bishop to d2, and bishop to d6, we basically transpose in one of the main lines. There is only one move because usually it is not that set up for black, I guess, or also for white, but it is still preferable for white. So yeah, maybe I guess rook d1, rook fe1, try to push to e4 and try to build this strong center. I think the main plan from white is to do this. So yeah, instead from Gabriele, it is yeah, particular. In fact, some people also, I saw that in the video, goes to his game to see what's happening, because it's just a piece down. He sacrifices a piece, so it is very, very difficult to know what to do. The computer suggests knight f3 and try to, after 97, rook e1 or bishop f6 and playing this thing. And it is very complicated because white has a piece and a pawn down. The pawn is this, so it probably recover it. But yeah, after rook g8, rook e1, he has all pieces pinned, so it is very, very unusual. And it is a tough game, very tactical, and yeah, like rook g6, queen c2, try to take this, and yeah, maybe the plan is to play something like c6, queen there to try to free this knight, but after rook d1, it is very, very, very complicated. Maybe a5, okay, I understand the plan. Try to free a bit the queen or bishop and try to develop the rook there. So after a3, king will stay in the center because he cannot castle anywhere. There in short castle you cannot, and it's not safe. And also a long castle you cannot, because it's very complicated to try to do something. But yeah, there is a lot of compensation for the piece now because everything is pinned, and the idea is also to do something like that. So yeah, it is very, very complicated game. White has all pieces there, so it is complicated. It's very, very strange as a line. So as white, I would play this. To be honest, I would play this if I know that I go in certain type of positions where it is strange in their complications. I like those type of positions. So yeah, I should probably try to play these games. But yeah, at the moment, this is not the moment. I will study probably in future, but at the moment, no. So yeah, okay. So let's go back to knight takes d5 and see what will happen in this game. Good morning, Luca. Buongiorno. Buongiorno, Luca. Live is in English, so yeah. Okay, they're still thinking, so no, Luca has moved queen to d8, I believe. No, queen to h5. Okay, this is a bit unusual, queen to h5, but it's still okay. It's unusual because you don't want to put the queen out in these lines because it can be attacked in some way, and I just can't take this pawn back with no real compensation. But yeah, it is played just 16 times, queen h5, but it's understandable because it seems reasonable, but it is not so good. After short castle, knight c6, white has a small edge after queen knight to b3 because he has his advantage of development, and he will take back the pawn. So after, I don't know, knight f6, knight take this, and it is good for white. You cannot play either e5 because e5 is very risky. There is knight takes e5, and after queen takes, rook takes d1, knight takes e5, I have rook e1, and I will take back the piece, and I am piece up, a pawn up. So at the moment I am piece down, but I will take this knight back after bishop d6, f takes e5, f takes e5, knight takes d4, and now I am winning because I am piece up, I am pawn up. Oh, no, it is even material, but yeah, that's not a good position for black because this pawn is hanging, and yeah, your king is also weak. There are no queens, so it seems that it is not in danger, but to be honest, it could be in danger. Not with serious threat to get mated, but some tactical chances there will be. So yeah. Instead, he plays queen to e2. That is not a good move. That is not a good move. I don't like it because you want to take this pawn and moving the queen away from taking this pawn. I don't think that he centered the point of the opening. Maybe he wants to try to do some attack there with the pieces like this one, but it is kind of slow. So I don't know. After short castle, knight to e4, I need just to do or this or bishop to e7, and there are no serious threats. So maybe he's trying to do some attack, but yeah, I don't like a lot queen to e2. But yeah, it's still the opening, so yeah, we'll see. We will see. Okay, and back to Adriana's game. It happened with pawn to e4, and yeah, so he didn't wait, just pushed the pawn, and it's understandable. I don't. There are both our moves are good, so try to prepare the pushing e4 with a rook e1 and rook d1. Or also try to push immediately to e4. There are two. I think they are both good. So after d takes, knight takes, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn to e5. It is basically the obvious move. So yeah, at the moment I think there will be bishop c3 and try to attack to cover this pawn. So after e takes, knight takes, white has small edge because it is given by the activity of the pieces. So after knight f6, we can play bishop f5 to f5, try to weaken the white squares there, or also something else. I don't know what, but yeah, it is in a position never seen in database, but I believe something like also bishop f3. But Kenji suggests this a lot. Is likes a lot this one. I don't know why, to be honest, because I don't know if it is in general a good thing to trade this to bishops. Maybe yes, because this bishop was a bad bishop, but at the moment it is free, so it could be interesting to try to change. So after yeah, maybe knight b2 is better. Bishop takes f5, queen takes f5, try to free this rook, and bishop to f8 is interesting. Yeah, bishop to f8 or e7. Maybe bishop to f8 is interesting. But yeah, this is a good endgame for black. For white, absolutely. After bishop takes, queen takes, this knight to f5 or rook d1. Yeah, there are a lot of threats for black, for white. So going in an endgame, it could be good choice for white. But let's see what will happen after pawn to e5. So yeah, and instead. Gabriele is still thinking after knight takes d5 because maybe he got surprised about this move. He didn't prepare this. Maybe he knew that just h takes g5. My sensation is this, that he forgot that. But to be honest, knight takes this is I think, interesting move because in this line you have to know that there is knight f3, and after knight f3 it's very, very dangerous. So it's still not sure what black can do, but it seems that Gabriel is thinking a lot, and Sereda is just quite calm. He is, he knows that he does not show sign of I'm scared about this line. I just figured out that is good. I thought I did my job well, so yeah, I believe this. Diana is playing this, and yeah, Luca is still thinking. So we are now again in a situation of we are waiting for moves. So yeah, let's see what happens. I know that I'm saying again. Let's see. Okay, we are in normal. Okay, knight f3. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play knight to f3, and I think it's almost forced playing knight to e7, going back with the knight, and yeah, going to play this because I think it's the only serious move to try to survive in this position for black, and it is a good move. I mean, white still has the a compensation, but yeah, it is, you know, difficult to to know how to continue. So yeah, maybe he will do knight to e7 shortly because he's just trying to knight to e7. So pace up for Lois Reda against Gabriele, but it is a very very complicated position. So yeah, really now. Okay. Now, Gabriele is looking for a move. Maybe he knows what to do, because it seems that he's going to move something, but I don't know what. Okay, bishop to f6. So he knew this. He calculated bishop 6, and yeah, he knows that there is some compensation, some sort of compensation in his line for sure. And Diana played bishop to f5 at the moment. I don't like it very much at the moment. Maybe it was better to think about this bishop, maybe placing in c3 at the moment, because okay, that this bishop you want to put in f5 is okay, but at the moment I think it's better try to understand that this bishop must go somewhere in good position after bishop f5. I don't like it very much, to be honest, because after e takes, knight takes is okay, but yeah, I don't like it very much, to be honest. In fact, bishop f5, e takes d4, and now this knight will go in d4, but is not protected, so it is not a problem. But you know, it's better to prevent that cursor than cursor. Luca played now knight to c6 instead. Now, so knight to c6 for Luca, and it is good. Okay, equal position, but I would rather black in this position because queen e5, queen e7, e2 is a bit misplaced, and I am pawn up. So there is compensation. This pawn I will never be able to keep it, but you know, just pawn up at the moment. So so. Okay, rook to f8. Rook to f8. Rook to f8 to. I don't know what, but rook to f8. Okay, rook to g8. Probably was better move. Yeah. Sorry, it is morning also for me. Rook to e1. So it is a very very interesting game. That's a very interesting game. Yeah. But I don't know what to say, but because it is basically a very very complex game. It is basically a complex game, and I don't know what to say better than this. Just see what will happen, because okay, knight to f6. Okay, we transpose to the game. So after bishop to what I analyzed, after bishop to c3, so probably she will do bishop to c3 because this bishop in e2 is misplaced. So when you don't know what to do, you just have to think which are your pieces that are misplaced, and for sure the bishop in d2 is I think the main the main piece that you say, okay, no, this is misplaced, so I have to try to fix it. Okay, it's the 1 hour that we're commenting, so I'll just take my something that is very keeps me warm because I live in Bologna and it is very very cold at the moment, so I think it's better if I keep this. So yeah. Oof. But I just question about something because no question. Sorry, I just wait for moves. So at the moment they are thinking. I make just a bit of resume of people. We have Adriana. She has 40 minutes against 48. So and she's thinking. I think that we'll wait. We have to wait for some more minutes, and also between Luca and Norris. Norris has 44, Luca 37, and Gabriela is very complex. He has 51 and 38. So I think I will pause myself for 10 minutes, and we'll see in 10 minutes just to see how game will go on. So just see in 10 minutes and see who are. Okay, we are back. Okay, we're back in the Vijev and Z tournament, the third round, and welcome back. I am candidate master, national candidate master William Petrie. Yeah, let's see what happened in these 10 minutes where I was away. So let's go to see. Okay, let's start with Gabriele, because that is the main position. That's very crazy. It happened the e45, they started as a normal Italian, but after e takes b4, there was b4, and after bishop b6, e5, that is a complete mess. After knight e4, bishop d5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop g5, knight e7. This is the only move to try to survive in this position. And after short castle h6, bishop g5, h4, g5, there is knight takes, but after knight takes d5, there is knight f3, and this knight now is pinned. And after bishop f6, rook f8, rook e1, that is, I think, one of the most, the best moves. And now Seredari and Fidemaster played pawn to a5, that is logical, because you have to free some piece, because you have this rook that is locked, this knight is locked, queen is locked, the bishop is good, but you cannot improve, and its bishop is locked, so you have to improve some piece, and the piece is the rook. And after knight h4, that is a mistake. The best move was queen c1 to try to attack this or this one, so it's logical, but also knight h4 is logical, because you want to go to f5, but now there is a takes before, and after this one there is knight takes f5, and basically white has a queen. Yes, he took a queen, but for three small pieces, because he sacrificed the knight in d5, and now also the knight and the bishop. So probably Sereda is thinking about that. He thought after knight h4 to do this, so he has, and oh yeah, not only this, but also he has two pawns, and they are very dangerous. And the problem for black is that this bishop is a bit blocked, but king is safe there, so I believe that is good for black in this position. But yeah, at the moment we are in this one, after a takes before, it will happen. It is very, very crazy game. And if knight f5 does not work, it's difficult to say what white can do. Maybe queen b1 to try to do this, but I probably will do just bishop to c5, defend the knight, defend the pawn, and I mean, I am a piece and 2 pawns up, and engine says that is just plus 0.6, so it means that is quite difficult position, and I believe in this, because yeah, it is very crazy one, but it is what Gabriela was looking for this game, I believe, because against Videmaster, playing something complex that and he does not know, could be a good idea. But yeah, the thing is that after a takes before, now the complications are in favor of black, but let's see what will happen after. So let's go back with Luca. He and his opponent stayed to think a lot after knight e6, knight e4, as I thought, and after bishop e7, short castle. This knight seems good, because you have freed this bishop, but now you don't take the pawn back. And now after knight f6, black is basically has basically a pawn up, and yeah, it is okay. But the problem for Luca is that at ninth move, he has thought 40 minutes. He has 21 minutes left, and his opponent also thought half an hour, so he has 30 minutes. It is not very good for both players, because you usually don't want to think a lot for in the opening, but probably they didn't know, so yeah, it is probably the reason for that. But yeah, at the moment is quite farewell for black. Now let's see in For Adriana, it started as a Slav defense with a bit unusual with bishop before, but we are now there. After, okay, she played h3. So, because to avoid bishop takes h2, the reason is that there is bishop h takes h2, and after king takes, queen takes, and black is pawn up. In fact, I think the best move was bishop to c3. You know, this bishop is very, very strong, and you defend this knight, so there is no more this one. But she said, okay, let's do this whatever. So if you do this, I take, you take this knight, and after bishop takes c8, rook takes c8, rook d1, I am still better because this bishop is quite good rather than this knight, because the game will open. So probably it is what she's thinking. Bishop queen to e4, queen to c3, try to don't trade queens, and I agree with this choice because I don't like trading queens in this situation. I prefer to keep it. Also because if I'm looking for a win, maybe this is the trading queens is not the best option at the moment. So yeah, maybe it is for that. Queen to c3, queen g6, queen to f5, try to attacking something, trying to take this, but after queen e4, now it's Adriana's turn, and Adriana's move, and I don't think she can take this, because, you know, if you take this, I just take on c4, and yeah, it is not very good. If you take this, I take this probably, or rook b8 and they take b2, and I am slightly better for, it is okay for black. At the moment, yeah, maybe just b3, defend everything, and now I will think about taking this, or bishop b3. I think it is the main thing. So at the moment, yeah, Adriana I think is slightly better, but yeah, it can happen everything, because this knight does not a lot at the moment, but can activate soon. So yeah, I would rather to take the white for sure at the moment, because this bishop has more potential than this knight, and the rooks are more active. Kings are almost safe the same. This king in h2 can be a target soon, but just for checks, not for everything. Just so you have just to look for some tactics with queen check there somewhere, but also knight there. But there are no real threats. So I think it is safe for white the king. So yeah. Good day, my man. thanks. Okay, there are some trades in Lucas' game, so let's go to him. He played okay, bishop knight f6, knight takes d4, and now okay, queen takes e2, going to an endgame. Engine suggests is knight g4, that is very, very good, because reasonable, because I had threat mate, and I attack this knight. So after h3, I play knight takes d4, and after queen takes d4, this I take c2, and I am pawn up. So I reasonable to think that is the best way to continue. Luca probably didn't notice it, but yeah, it is very good. And also, if white does this, you have the stunning move knight d4, attacks the queen, attacks the knight, and you cannot take because there is checkmate in one, so you cannot do a lot of things. You have to do something, but it's just giving up a piece. For example, this, or give up the queen, or you give up something else. That yeah, it is not very, very good for black at the moment. So for white, sorry. So it is you cannot do knight f3, so you have to do h3 and enter in the main line. That is not very. You just lose a pawn. So unfortunately, Luca didn't notice it. I think it visible, but yeah, he preferred to enter in this end game, and after knight takes, bishop takes, because the knight was hanging. Okay, they offer a draw. Okay, they do again. So solid, very solid game by Luca, but yeah, I think he missed the shot. So yeah, he missed the shot. Unfortunately, in this game, Luca was slightly better. In fact, I will write him now that or not. No, I want to write to him something. No, I won't write him because if I write him to him, he don't see this because his phone is on the his room recording now, so I don't think he will see some my message. So yeah, but unfortunately, knight g4 was stunning. I mean, stunning not, but you just pawn up. So yeah. Yeah, not happy about this game from Luca because, I mean, he could have been played this. He could have played because okay, it's a almost equal game, but yeah, this bishop is good. You still can play this game. So I don't like the choice to draw this game. Also to do some experience in the game to try to do something. I prefer playing now. I would have played this game for a long time. And it's okay that your opponent is stronger for elo, so you gain some elo. And Luca has drawn against 3 players who are 1,700, so they have almost 100 points over him. But yeah, I don't like the choice to draw this game because he could have done something better. I mean, it is good for him. He has well placed pieces. I don't like this choice, but most of all for him, probably he thought, okay, let's throw this. But knight g4 was basically over. Not over, but just the pawn up, and let's play this with the pawn up. Yeah. That's a bit a pity. I'm a bit disappointed about that, but it's okay. Let's go back to Gabriele's game because that was the main one that is very, very impressive. This is a mistake because I can take, and you cannot do knight to f5, but after queen h5, the threat is still doing something like that. And after this, ooh, good one, good see. Now Gabriele has 18 minutes because the position is complicated and he has to find some compensation. And there is some compensation for a piece and 2 pawns, but it's a piece and 2 pawns, so it is very difficult. Now the main move is to do this. You cannot take this because I just grab the queen, and after king takes d8, queen takes f5. It's okay, you have 2 pieces for the queen, so it is not enough compensation, but you have these 2 pawns, so I think there will be some compensation, some sort of compensation, but not enough. And the king is not safe now. So, in fact, the main move after knight f5 is to play bishop takes f2, and if you take, queen b6 check, and after king goes somewhere, or I don't know, this, I take the knight, and now my king is completely safe. Queen f5, I am 2 pawns up, 3 pawns up because I took also this, and yeah, it's just basically over. My king is a bit not safe, but after queen c5 there are no threats, and my threat is also to do d5 at a certain point, basically when you don't have the rook there, but yeah, it is not the position that you want to reach with white. So there is bishop takes, and after king to h1, probably knight takes f5. Now I can do this because after this one, I just take this. My threat is to trade rook. So after this, I cannot do this because there is some perpetual. Or no, just rook takes 1. Okay. But it's still very complicated. There are some perpetuals teams, so probably there's not perpetual in this. Oh no, king e8. Okay, e8. I forgot. I thought I had to go there, but there is the rook hanging, so king e8, and it is very, very unusual this position. But yeah, king rook to g8 to try to go somewhere with the king, because if I play this, I play Ooh, rook takes g2, and there are no perpetuals, and it's crazy. That is crazy. No, guys, this is crazy. I have rook for the queen, so it seems that is or something over, but I have so many pawns. See how many pawns is for black. Wow. It is crazy. Basically crazy. This. Wow. So after pawn to c6, here you have to evaluate the position. Okay, at f5 by Gabriele. Understandable, but it's crazy. This is is crazy. Whoa. And I don't understand anything. Just because I have the engine, I can't see what is the advantage, but yeah. Now also my threat with white is to play this one. Knight takes knight d6, and it is checkmate, so you have to pay attention. There are two moves, knight takes e5, bishop takes f2, that are the two main moves. Probably he will do one of those. Probably bishop takes f2 is very logical. You sacrifice a piece, but you had one more, and you know that you cannot keep the piece. So, or you give up the queen for something, or you just give back the piece. So I think that he will give back the piece for something, but yeah. Wow, that's really a mess, this position. So yeah. Let's go back to Adriana's game that she gave up a pawn. She gave after queen this, queen g6, queen a3, queen e4. Instead of b3, played this, because she said, okay, I play this, I will probably take or try this, or take an a7. I don't like that choice, to be honest, because you don't have any reason to give this pawn. You don't. You just play b3 and it's okay. Because if you give this pawn, this knight takes the important d5 square, and if you get this d5 square, I'm happy, because now I can put this knight there, and that's outpost very, very strong. Okay, that bishop is very strong, but I have this knight and I can try to this bishop. So I don't like very much that choice by Adriana. Probably I need just to defend, b3, and it's okay. b3 and I'm fine, because you have to understand that knight in d5 is very strong. It's very dangerous. So yeah. After this, I'm not so sure that white is better. It's basically a pawn. She's a pawn down. She will take back with this, this. But for some chances to win, it's difficult, because if you take this, I take this, I take this, we remain with 6/6 pawn for black, b2 pawn for white. White, okay, is slightly better for sure, but there are not so many chances to win, because most of all, if I can put this knight there. So I don't know if it is some sort of compensation. There is compensation for sure, but yeah. Okay, bishop takes f2. Okay, he played it, and he saw. That's really a crazy game. This is a crazy game. Oh, let me fix this. I have to update the result. So 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Let me remove the elo, because okay, I think I'm on it. Okay, and now, well, bishop takes f2 is stunning. He saw it, yeah. You see that FIDE masters, also in difficult position, can fight back, and yeah. Let's see what he will do. Maybe king to h1, because you cannot take the piece, because basically I have queen b6 and your king is very exposed, and yeah. But the main thing is that the position is very, very complicated, and Chereda has 33 minutes, so he thought a lot, but now he figured out how to continue, and he didn't spend a lot of time. Instead, Gabriele, now he's a bit out of theory, and he just stayed in a difficult position. In fact, as I said in the beginning, the risk in these positions is that you have the good preparation, you have good theory, but when you go out, if the position is very complex against a stronger opponent, you can have some trouble, and I think these are the troubles that he is going into. So there are some complications, good for black at the moment, and if he sees all the lines and you're not so sure about all the lines, this is what can happen. So I hope he can fight back, but it's difficult because it is quite difficult for white in this position. But here, first of all, not for the position because if we have 1 hour both, it can happen something. But if we don't have 1 hour, he has 10 minutes. It could be a bit difficult, but we have to understand that it is difficult. Okay. If you have any questions, just ask me right in the chat, because it's 2 hours that I'm talking about in front of a white wall. If you want to see, it is this is my screen. It is the white wall. So if you want to say something, you're welcome, because I'm a bit isolated in this room. So just write something they're thinking at the moment. Analyze this game from Gabriel. It's very, very, it's very, very important that game is. It is wow. It is basically wow. I don't have any words better than wow, because it is wow. I like King H1. In point of view from if I was white in this position, I think there are basically 3 moves. Engine suggests King F1. I don't like it because there are some potential checks, but you have to calculate all of the lines, because with King H1 there is some back rank mate, so threats. So it can be some bit difficult. You cannot take, because after this there is queen check and I escape with the position after knight goes somewhere, I put my knight there, and it's okay for me. If I don't put the knight somewhere, it's just, 2 pawns up, so 3 pawns up, so it's okay for black. And if you don't take, that is the compensation. But after king f1, knight takes f5 is the main line, but it is very, very difficult to find it. With 33 minutes, for sure he will figure it out, and bishop takes e1, queen takes f5, and king takes d8, rook takes e1, rook takes a2, and now again, as I said before, there is no perpetual, because after queen check there is this, but there is pawn to e6, that is incredible, because after d takes e6, this bishop remains stuck, and after this, king to e8, it's this one, rook to d2 is the only one move, also this one, but I prefer playing rook to d2, because I just trade this rook, and my king now is safe, because there are no more pieces, but c5 is good because I have to take this, and bishop d7, and this is very, very confusing in this game. Where it's better for black for sure, because white has no real winning chances, he has to find for a perpetual, but it's so complicated, this game. It's so complicated. That's a mess. That's really a mess. Queen d6 maybe to try to do something. Bishop c6. I take this. But if I take this, there is rook to g8, and there is a threat on that. So if g3, I just play rook to g4, and I defend everything. And now there are no checks, and that's incredible. This thing. After this, maybe also pawn to f5. I don't think pawn to f5. But white, I think, will be crushed in, not crushed, but the black will win in easy way. There are not real chances to do something for white. Just trying to hope for some perpetual, but it will be very, very difficult. Okay, Diana played bishop takes f6, and after queen check, this queen takes a7. Now I don't like the position for white. I don't like choices, because you simplify the position. After queen takes b2, rook b1, queen goes back, and also if I play this, I can play also this and try to take this pawn, and a 3 against 3 in the same file, it's basically a draw, dead draw. But if I play c5, I can try to push that pawn to try to do something. And I think that is the main line, like queen a5, try to do something, to do this, but also to try to keep the pawn in a2. So after this, I can go back in d2, but rook f8 to support the pawn, rook c1, probably try to attack this, and it's basically a dead draw. Computer says that is slightly better for black, but I don't believe in this. It's just that draw. We can sign pages, and it's draw. Okay, what happened with in Gabriele's game? What did he do? He moved. Oh, he took. Oh, he said he didn't see it clear, so it's clear, and it's understandable, because with few time, it's short time, it's very, very difficult. But now it's losing. Losing why? Just 2 pawns down. It is just 2 pawns down, and that's it. So unfortunately, good strategy by Gabriele to try to do something very complicated, but it is not the case. And instead, Adriana played after b5, that I didn't like it a lot, but tried to trade and go into this rook endgame that is drawish, kind of drawish, but it can happen everything. So it's probably the draw, but it can happen everything in this game. Still, I saw a lot of rook endings finishing in a really strange way. So, but I think that black is doing what is doing well. He just try to trade a rook, and rook takes d4. It will be probably the next move. yeah, rook takes d4, rook takes d4, and now probably c5 and try to push that pawns. Okay, there is some problems in the transmission. When it so that happens when there are two consecutive moves. Okay, we're on it. Okay, we're on it. It happens when there are two consecutive moves, so it's a bit, not fantastic, but okay. Now rook to c7. Now the main goal now is to don't be passive, and it is what is black is doing now. Probably he's saying I can draw in old cases, but I mean it's drawish. It's still draw, but when I do check king to h7 and I go in there, you cannot push that pawn. And even if it is not a real problem at the moment, in fact I think I will play king to f1, try to do something. You don't want to be passive. I lost a blitz game against 2200 last a few months ago at the Italian Championship, and it was just embarrassing. It was just 4 pawns each, and it was two on each side, and just I gave him activity and I lost. That wasn't the best game ever, but yeah, it was draw. I managed to try to get that draw, but I was too passive, and yeah, it's just experience, better doing than blitz than in a classical game. But let's see what Adriana will do. But my sensation is that she will play for a long this game, because we saw she is a player that plays a lot. So yeah, hope to see her winning, but for sure I hope also to see her finishing game soon, because I would like to. Now it's 11:20 a.m., but I would like to go to lunch, so in an hour. So I hope in an hour we'll end this game. So let's see what she's doing. Okay. Okay, now, okay, so I played this, okay, and now queen to b6, king f1, and now, yeah, Cherida is probably will think about knight takes a5, also because if you don't play this, I will take this knight or knight d6, and if you put this knight there, it is checkmate in one. So that's not what you want to see from a FIDE master. For sure, he will probably play knight takes f5, and we're at it, and that's it. But you don't know what will happen. So, but yeah, good game from the FIDE master, because it is very, very precise. He's very precise. He's calculating a lot, and he saw almost everything. Yeah. Knight takes, queen f5, and now I think it's basically not over, but almost over. Queens to c5 for black, precise until the last second, and now it's 2 pawns down. I think that is over. He will play for sure. Gabriele will play, because you have to play this game, but it is it is not so easy. So let's say. But yeah. Okay, we're in this rook endgame that is also dovish. The main thing there is to don't try to trade rooks, or try to trade, but be prepared to the endgame. I believe that is a draw. So if you play this, I will play this. And trading rooks, you have to pay attention, because after king there, after pawn to before, white can have that extra move that could be enough. It is not enough, because after f5 it is draw, f4, g5, you cannot do some. You couldn't do anything. I will do king to 6, king d6, and you cannot enter. But I have g3, h4, and try to create a passed pawn in the other side. And if you play this, it is lost because no, I have not f4. I have king to f5, and now I will do f4. So takes, and I will go to queen in 3 moves, and you after 3 moves you're done 1, 2, and 3, and you still have 3 moves remaining. So it is a losing position. So yeah, this endgame is lost. You cannot go to c5, and after king to 6, you can play h4, but after f4 it's just a mess, because after f takes this, you will play king to e3, king f5, this one, and I will go back to my pawns, and you don't say you won't win for sure because you have the rook pawn, so it is not easy. But for sure, if there is a color that has some opportunities is white, so Adriana, because of that pawn that is, if it does not see f4 but plays this, it is losing, because after king f6, I just play this, and after this one, to try to keep the pawn, I will do this, and now my king is advantage to take these pawns, and it is winning. So yeah, that is a pawn endgame that is though if they go into a pawn endgame, but you have to be careful. In fact, after king d3, c5, they don't want to go into a pawn endgame. Maybe Adriana tried to force it, to try to say to her opponent, okay, do this, try. But her opponent don't want to do this. Understandable, because why do you have to enter in the pawn endgame where you have some risks when there were no real risks in this game with rooks? I don't know, but yeah, you have to calculate, and yeah, it's tough calculating. And let's see what Gabriel is playing, but yeah, he's thinking he's frozen. He froze himself probably, because yeah, I don't think he knows. I think he knows what. I think he knows that now he's losing. There are no real chances to draw this game, so a bit unfortunate for him. But yeah, it's a game against the Masters. He took some risks to try to complicate the game, but Chereda really sorted out very well. So yeah, so congrats to him, because yeah, the game is still on, so it can happen everything as we saw yesterday. But my feeling is that FIDE Master, if he managed to survive in that position and keep the advantage, great defense by him, I don't think he will lose in this position or won't throw up the game. So yeah, queen to e4. If I don't see queen f4, okay. But now the plan for black is basically to try to develop this bishop. So trying to do b6, bishop b7, and also maybe queen d5 and c5. Try to push this pawns with these pawns and try to get some threat, to make some threats. I would like to play b6 to put also bishop to a6 and try to get to mate my opponent. And yeah, I think the resign will happen soon, if also because Gabriel has 2 minutes. So unfortunately, it is not. I don't like this one. So yeah. Okay. Instead of Diana, is playing queen to rook to d5. Sorry, hair in my mouth. I ate a hair. So okay. Okay, rook to d4. Okay, it's draw. You know, I can just basically do rook c8, rook c7, and you cannot do real things. Maybe king to e6 maybe is preferable, but if I play this, if you play this, I just do. Before is very risky because I can play king to c4, and you know it is not what you want to do. So maybe king e6 can let this thing, and I don't want to let this thing. So after king to d5, I have just to stay calm, play this king rook to c8, and if you play check, I just go with king in d6, and you don't go into 8th rank and the 7th is skipped, so you just put your rook behind, and it's basically over for winning chances. I mean, I can also play this king d7, king this. Also king to d5, but it's risky because there is rook to e7. It is drawish still because I can defend this and then try to push some pawns, and there are no real targets. But why do I have to let to this? So maybe king to d7, king to d6, and you cannot go there because there is not this one, but there is rook to e8, and it is, you know, you lose the rook and the game. So it don't think it is what you want to do. In fact, here white plays king to e6. Oh, but king to e6 lets rook to d8. And, you know, it is draw, but you leave some chances for white. Sorry. There is rook to d8. Maybe she will do rook to d8. She put a big trap about this. Yeah, rook to d8. Rook to d8. You know, try to do some rook there, but yeah, and I remember that this endgame, you cannot go into this endgame. I mean, you could, but why go into this endgame? Pawn endgame, because if you want to go into a pawn endgame, you should have done before. Now, I mean, it's still draw, but why do you have to do this? Black can calculate all the endgame because he has 29 minutes, and white, Adriana, has 9 minutes, so he has some advantage on time, but yeah. Why do you have to go into the pawn endgame? I don't know, but he will calculate probably. He's trying to figure it out, but remember that after rook to b8 you cannot play before because I will go with my king in c4, and it is not the best situation ever. You can, yeah, good rook endgame fight. Yeah, that's good ending. Yeah, it will be a good endgame fight for sure. Yeah. Okay, b6, g4. Okay. Instead, in Gabriele's game, after queen f4, b6, try to mate your opponent, also to try to develop this bishop, and after g4, probably I will play bishop a6 check, king to g2, and now bishop to c4. My bishop will go to c4, avoids all the threats of pawn to e6 that are very annoying, and now white is almost hopeless, but yeah. It's hopeless, but you know it can also always happen something, just because it's you know, something that you know, that there are some rook not connected. This king is still not safe, so I mean it is losing, but still black has to understand how to continue. But I mean he has 96.8 of precision in this game, so I mean I guess that I believe that he will fight. So I mean, black is completely fine now, unfortunately. And for Rihanna, yeah, I mean, it is king up game space maybe. Which game? In which game, Apoca? Because I don't know in which game we are talking, because I switched in the Gabriele's game. So I don't know, but yeah. Now, yeah, Cheveda is trying to figure it out how to continue, but for sure he knows that he's winning. Adriana's, okay. The Adriana's, yeah, king can try to get some space. Yes, but it's kind of difficult to do this in this endgame because, I mean, it is okay because you have to try to go to e4. But when you go with the king to e4, then how to continue because your king just goes to e4. Okay, he calculates, enters in the rook endgame and in pawn endgame. Sorry. Okay, rook takes, king takes, and I believe that is, I think, one of the best choices for black to try to defend is endgame because the rook will be, rook in d8 is very active, can go there, so it is a bit annoying. So yeah, I believe that is a good reason, but after king to e4, king to e6, how to continue, because I don't know how to continue in the game, because I cannot seriously push some pawns. I mean, you can do f5, it's drawish, but you know, I like the plan with b3 a4 to try to get a passed pawn, but yeah, I believe that brings to nothing. Also because if I play this, you will do with f5 and my king goes there. So now, I mean, it's still draw, but white black can handle quite well, I think. And a3. Okay, a3. I didn't understand, to be honest. I mean, I would prefer to put my king there or wait to do b3. Or maybe she wants to be b3 a4, but without letting this, because if this king there, and yeah. Okay, you had no chances to enter, and it's white to move, so she will lose a tempo. She will be the first to end the moves, and if she is the first to end the moves, it is not a good thing. So I believe that will be a draw in this position. In this game, there will be a draw, and it is okay, still okay, because Adriana, you know, she won the two last games, and now that was almost dead draw in this game. It was no real chances for both of players. She had just a little chance there to maintain the advantage after this, to play bishop to c3 to have more active pieces, but when she missed this, there wasn't a real chances to do something, because they did just 3 pieces. She tried to complicate a bit. Yeah, just the real moment where I said, okay, then I have some chance now to play b3, because this knight has no squares, and there is that a7, b7 that I attacked. I think the real chance to do something was there. If not in there, we just trade pieces and pawns, and yeah, rook endgame. Yeah, there was a transmission error, but yeah, basically now it's draw. They drew, but you know, pawn endgames are very complicated. But yeah, king to d6 can be complicated. And Diana has 9 minutes. The problem for Diana is this: that she has 9 minutes. She has to calculate something, and she could miss something. I mean, it's pawn endgames, so they are easy rather than rook endgames and so on. But also it's math. So if you move a pawn, you cannot go back. For rook, you can do a petition and gain, 30 seconds. But yeah, now is okay. B3, as I said, the plan is to try to do a4. So, for example, let me do f5, try to avoid the king to go there. I would play f4, but after this, I don't want to do this for sure, because it is losing, because this pawn will go. You cannot take his pawn. It's just the same situation as before, but transposed in the queen side. Just do king to c6, f5. I did this because I don't want to. The king goes there, and now if I take, just draw, because there king to c3 and nobody enters, and yeah, that's it. I will play also king b6, king c6, and I stay here, and yeah, that's the draw. So yeah, b3 best, but yeah, black has to be careful. Ariana, I think, has some little chance to do this, because she can create a passed pawn out, but no, I believe that there is no real chance to do something. King up fight on the king side. No, on the king side there is nothing to do. I mean, they can push pawns, but at the moment it's a bit static, the position. At the moment, I think they are, it's okay. They're basically, waiting. Okay. In the Gabriel's game, bishop a6, king g2, bishop c4, rook d1. Okay, try to find some perpetual, but yeah. There is also c2 or also rook takes a7 in future, so rook takes a7, I think it's a2, sorry. I think it's a bit risky because, there is this one and now my bishop is pinned. I can play b3 and this go away, but I don't think it's very worth it. I mean, after rook d1, I just play c2, I attack the rook. There is no rook takes d7 because, there is no perpetual. After queen goes there, king to c7, and that's it. It's draw. It's window, so it's winning. So my pawn will promote. So after rook d1, c2, king pawn goes there, bishop goes there. The rook now is locked, and yeah, it's basically over this game. So bit unfortunate, but it's FIDE Master. He was fighting against FIDE Master, so it could be, it's okay. That's not what he tried to do something, but yeah. Okay, king to d5 for black. But okay, now I don't like the choice of king to d5. To be honest, I would rather to stop my king going to e4, doing f5, but it's easy to say with the engine. So yeah, king to e5, I think that is king to d5. I think it's reasonable, but still, you don't know. You know that it's drawish, but you know that you can throw it away. Black has some chances to throw it away, so Adriana can try to do something, and she's calculating that. But yeah, she has to pay attention because it's tough, that tough hanging. Okay, f4 by Adriana. Oh, thank you, good commentating. Thank you, thank you for this compliments. I'm happy for this. Okay, Adriana played f4 to try to. I don't know what. Okay, f4, f5, and now. I think it could be I think it could converge into a draw. Well, probably there is convergence into a draw in the teams. With f7, f2, maybe there are some little chances. I can just play f3 to avoid this, or I can just wait to one waiting move. But yeah, after f5, if h4, h5, g3, g6. I just copy your moves, and if you play f4, just very important to do king to c6. That is the only move that goes for black, because if he doesn't do this, if you push this is a passed pawn that is very, very dangerous, and it's losing this game. And also if you play this, because I have that outside pawn and outside passed pawn, and I will basically do this. You go there, I take, and I will be first to go to take your pawns, and yeah, that's over. King goes there, king takes this, king there, defends all both pawns, and I will push this pawn, and I will go to queen, so you can resign. So after f5, okay, a4, queen to c6, okay. Black saw this one, and I think that will go straight into a draw. It will be probably a draw, yeah. Instead for Sereda, okay, Gabriele play this, okay, rook there, but yeah, bishop to d5 check, and now it's losing. This rook is trapped also. You don't have. Okay, he resigned. Okay, Gabriele resigned because yeah, it's losing position. So unfortunately for him, but he played against FIDE Master, and it's okay for him. Is for sure. He knows that he tried, and yeah, it was basically a very difficult game to play for against a FIDE Master that has a very, very good score against lower rated opponents. He doesn't have a good score against over than FIDE Master, so international masters he loses or draws rarely. He loses, but I saw before, but against lower rated opponents he's basically almost 100% of score. So yeah, it's tough against for Gabriele. So it's understandable. So a bit unfortunate, but yeah, it's reasonable that it can end as a loss for him. So yeah, let's go back to Adriana's game where after king to c6, that was the only trap that her opponent fell off, but he played well. He's playing well, her opponent. So I mean, it's basically now a draw. Now she has just to be sure that g4, but try to do something. She's trying to force to make some practical decisions, wrong decision, but you need just to do g6 and this throw. Also f takes could be an idea, but because after this I will play a5. Sorry, this one maybe. Is that this? Yeah, because after this one there are two passed pawns and black has only one, so she's trying to create some practical difficulties. As I said yesterday, Adriana is quite good at creating this kind of difficulties, but it is also a double-edged situation, this one, because also black can create some traps, so it's very, very interesting that one endgame, because it is draw, but there are some chances for both of players. So Adriana can do this. I know we saw yesterday that she is very able to create practical to make her opponent practical difficult decisions. She's very good at that. I saw yesterday in 2 games she always tried to do this. My sensation was that, and yeah. But in the pawn endgame, it's math, so it is difficult to create practical decisions. But she's trying to do this. She knows that it is a draw. They both know it is a draw, but they have to try to do something, and they both try to create some difficulty for the opponent, and they both have some chances. Now the main move now is, let's see if he played, she's playing maybe king to c3, because it is the only move that draws, because if I play this, I just play this, and as I said before, the outside passed pawn, it is dangerous, because I will go after this, you will give up my pawn, and this king cannot go a lot of things. So after c4 check, the only one move possible is to play king to c3, and it's probably c3, c takes b3, king takes b3. Oh, king takes b3 is losing. King takes b3 is losing because there is king that is out of everything. So after c takes b3, Adriana has to play very precise. She has to play g takes f5. A takes b5 check, king takes, and king to b3 to draw the game, because she tried to create some counterplay, but the thing is that she created, now the black was able to manage to draw the game, and there wasn't a real try to do something. So let's see what Adriana will do, but she has 2 minutes to try to understand that a takes b5 is the only move that draws, and I'm sure that she knows that this is draw, but she wants to fight for the win in this game. And sometimes it can be this thing of trying to play for a win in old games. It is for sure a good thing, but sometimes you will miss some kind of objectivity of the position, so you think you can win all the positions, and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because also in some draw positions you can try to manage to win the game, but the problem is that in the opposite, if you don't have any chance to win, we will try to win in all of games. And I say this because it is my problem, because I want to win all the games. I try to win all the games, and it's good because you some draw games, in games that seems that they're draw, you can try to manage to do something, but it is also a bad thing because against a lower rated opponent you want to win, and you can try because you say, okay, he's weaker, so he will make a mistake, and it's okay. But sometimes there are some kind of positions where that is not possible to win. So this is the case. So probably Adriana, I hope she will do 8x b5 and will sign a draw soon because all the moves will lose. And she has 1 minute, so she has to move 50 seconds, 49 if see. Yeah, 47, 46, 45, 48. So yeah, she is very difficult. She is in difficult. She's trying to figure out how to do something, but her face expression seems that, oh no, I'm losing, what I've done. I mean, it seems this. So she probably has missed out something. And 18. No, it's losing. No. King takes v3 is losing. No. Now king goes. What? No. What a blunder. What a blunder by. No, probably she said that. No, that's incredible. Now this is losing. Whoa. What a gift for her opponent. F takes, and now king goes there and wins that game. You see that from her facial expression, she understood that after this was a losing one. But that wasn't losing, because after king takes this, it isn't losing, because if it takes, probably she said that it was losing, but it is not, because I will have to do this, and now it's draw. Whoa, I cannot believe it. I'm feel very, very sorry for Adriana. They played both a good game, but now, whoa. As I said before, that is the problem when you try for a win for all of games. Sometimes you have some good drawbacks like yesterday, but in other ways you have a bad time, and this is the case. And in fact, she resigns. Whoa, what a game. Very unfortunate. In fact, he probably explains it takes b5, and she's explaining that she missed something. Something happened. Very unfortunate. I feel very sorry for Eliana, because this is not what you want to do in a game. Most of all, when you have two more rounds in this afternoon, you have to try to refresh, say what happened. It is not very, very good. I feel very sorry, very, very sorry for her. So what a pity. But let's do a brief recap of the games, because it's just usual. Let's start with Luca Pontiroli, who played with black. He drew the game against Nois Riati. They are almost the same elo. That started as a Tarash, and a Tarash where the main moves are queen d6, d7, d8, but Luca played queen to h5, and now after queen to e2, it seems that black is able to keep the pawn. We will see that it is not so true, but it is a pawn. So after this, black takes this pawn, white takes this pawn. Seems he can take this pawn back, but there is knight g4, that outstanding move. You cannot do this because there is knight to d4, attack the queen, attack the knight, and you cannot take because there is checkmate in one. So you have to give up the queen, and after knight g4 you have to do h3 to try to avoid this. But I just play knight to takes d4. You have to take back the piece, but take a pawn, and so I'm a pawn up in this position. There is some compensation for sure, but it's a pawn up. So black cannot lose this game. And but after queen takes e2, Luca didn't say this. After queen e2, knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes e2. They signed a draw, probably white off the draw, and Luca accepted it because it's okay. I mean, black is maybe slightly better, but it's okay to sign a draw in this game. So Luca is the third game that he draws, very solid. But yeah, there's not happened something a lot of things in his games at the moment. So it's just a bit solid. Just this. So yeah, and then let's go to Gabriele's game. That was very very wow, maybe fireworks, let's say, because after e takes d4, you usually want to is played e5 or c takes d4, but he played pawn to b4, and after bishop b6 there is e5, knight to e4, and now it's very complicated because white has a pawn, black is pawn up, but after bishop there, knight takes 2 pawns up for black, but after bishop f5, knight to e7, short castle, h6, black played very very well, 97.3 of precision, and it is basically outstanding because it's a very very complicated very complicated position, and in this position Gabriele was completely in theory, so he knew all the line, but after knight takes d5 he thought the 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes, because after knight f3 he was out of theory, but knight f3 was a great move because it gives a compensation. After this bishop 6, rook f8, the best move probably it is this one, but it is okay still. And after rook e1, there is some compensation. White is piece and pawn down, but it is completely there are a lot of compensation shown there because this knight is pinned, this bishop cannot go anywhere. So, and this is a pawn up, so probably you will retake it. But after a5, you have to try to close the position because black wants to put this rook in the game, try to do also some b6 in future, but after b5 you can try to avoid these things. But he played knight to h4 because the idea was basically to put the knight in f5 and try to win. But after a takes b4 you cannot do this because I take the knight, you take my queen, yes, but you have 3 pieces for the queen, and it is winning because these pawns are too strong and my king is safe. So black is winning. So in fact he didn't play this, but played queen to h5. It is maybe the only move that tries to do something. But after pawn to c6, he did knight to f5. That is the best move because you just want to do something like that. But he missed the bishop to f2. That is an outstanding move. That is the only move that keeps the advantage for black. That is very very good. And if you put the king out, like in h1 or in f1, you just take this, and after this one there are 3 pieces. It is 2 pieces for the queen, yes, but sorry, it is this situation that is a bishop and rook for the queen, and it seems that but there are a lot of pawns, so it seems that is very confusing. But for sure I know that white cannot win this game because there are no more pawns for white, so it will be very very difficult to do something. But there are some perpetual chances, so it will probably more likely end in a draw, but it is very very complicated. But Gabriele took the pawn, the bishop, and after queen b6, king f1, knight takes, he escaped from the pin, and yeah, he did basically what it always needed. After queen to c5, he defends everything, and after queen f4, b6, method is to mate you after bishop a6, and he played g4 to escape. But after this, my bishop enters in the game in this trajectory and also avoids all of e6 themes. And after rook d1, c2, rook to d6, bishop d5 check, my threat is to go to promote to queen in a short time, and yeah, he resigned because it is basically over. And yeah, that's a pity, but black played very very well. He's a FIDE master and with a great score against lower rated players, and yeah, I mean it is very very difficult to play against him if you are lower rated. So yeah, and instead Diana's game, it started as a Slav. It was a complete draw game. Bishop b4 is a bit unusual, but yeah, it can transpose into some familiar themes. And after this, like this, it's almost we trade this to try to trade some pieces, and yeah, black tries to trade queens, white doesn't want to trade queens, and yeah, she gave up a pawn. The only chance there to do something for Adriana was to playing b3, as I said in the live, because this keeps all this pawn structure very well, and they are in the white squares, and they have the black squared bishop. So I think I have a small edge, not a great one, but I just can try to take this, try to take these 3 pawns for giving, my ideal endgame is try to take these 3 pawns, giving 2, and try to win with this. It's difficult, but it's possible. But she played this to try to exchange this knight for the bishop and taking back the pawn. But after this, it is basically a dead draw endgame. That was a mistake of error transmission, but they basically traded the rooks in rook takes d4. They didn't clearly do this. But after rook to c7, rook f8, rook f8, rook e2, king d7, so they put there. And after rook to d5, king to e6, king to d8, rook to d8. The idea is to put the rook active there, and it is it is interesting because there is some practical chance for white in this position. It is that draw, but it can happen everything. But after rook takes rook d7, you entered in the pawn endgame where black has 27 minutes and Ariana just 10, and it could be it is draw, but as I said in live, there could be some problem with time travel, because it is a pawn endgame and you have to calculate a lot of things, and if you miss something, it's over. It's over because you have just a king and you cannot do something. So after b3, king d5, f4, f5, it is still draw, but after a4, rook c6, sorry, king c to c6, this is the only move that draws, because if you don't do this, I play this, and this outside pawn and passed pawn, and you take this, and it's over. So you have to do king to c6, and after g4, try to force something to force the mistake for her opponent. The problem is that also her opponent try to do something like that, and after c4 check, king c3 is the only move that draws, and after c takes b3, the only move that draws is a takes b5. That is quite easy because we have pawns in kings in a position, and I can go back to take my pawns. But she did king takes b3. That's a fatal mistake, because after b takes, king goes there, and it's over. It's over. So bit unfortunate for Diana, because after this king d5 she resigned, because that is a hopeless position. And yeah, that's very pity position. Yeah, bit fortunate for Adriana. I feel very sorry for her, but yeah. That's it for today. Yeah, thank you for following the results. When you can follow the tournament results, I can seem to find them on chess results. Allora, ti rispondo in italiano, che immagino tu sia dell'italiano. No, let's talk in English. The following tournament, I don't know, because I saw in Vesus.org that is not. It is not it did not publish the results, so I really, to be honest, don't know where you can find the results. But yeah. Sorry, but I don't know. I search also in Vesus, but there is no maybe Vega results, but I'm not sure for this. So yeah, for the moment, I thank you all for being with me in the live streaming. And today, tomorrow, this afternoon, I won't be streaming the tournament. I will be streaming my tournament. I will play in the streaming tournament. So if you want to follow me, go to Cheese Chess, that I am me, and yeah, follow me. And that's it. So thank you all, and see you soon. Bye.